Customer mapping is built on the premise that we all build our own experiences. This is a psychological phenomenon, partly due to our schema or part of our brain that we filter everything we see, hear, feel, and do through. Our schema is a collection of all of our past experiences. We can both go into an identical situation and take something different away from it. This is because we have different experiences in our schema or filter. As we walk in anywhere, we're taking in all sorts of data. If you've been to Starbucks, take a look at Starbucks. It's a great example of a company that uses a customer experience map. Every action that's taken in that store is mapped out. Take a moment to pause and think of a time when you had a fantastic experience. What made it that way? I highly doubt if it had anything to do with facts and figures, but it was most likely the feeling that you got from being there. Capturing that feeling when you've had a fantastic experience is what we want to try to do with our customer map. That's one piece of it. So the best explanation I've ever heard is that an experience map gives you a purposeful and meaningful approach to growing a partnership with your customer that results in their growth from knowing of your service to advocating for your service. So what that means is for us in employee development is that we can think of the people going through employee development as customers. When we think of them that way, we sort of shift our paradigm to one of service. The whole customer journey mapping experience reminds me of a quote from Maya Angelou. At the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or did. They will remember how you made them feel. So what we do with the customer experience map is to keep the focus where it needs to be. The focus is how can we facilitate an amazing experience for our customer? And this can be difficult because we have to place ourselves into the experience as the employee or the customer. We have to find what is meaningful to them. We have to zoom out and see the customer experience. If we zoom out too far, we risk focusing on the organization and losing the scope of importance for people that truly make the organization. So use the 3D approach to help us identify what is important to the customer. The 3D approach looks at the senses and how we gather data, and then the mind and the heart, how they interpret the data to create our experience. Take a look at the figure here, thinking, or the frame is a logic frame, that's our mind. The seeing, hearing, interactions, those are our senses all coming into play. And the feeling is our emotion. So what do we feel about the situation? Is it a good experience? Is it a bad experience? What is that experience? So as we go through this week, we'll be building our customer experience map. And we'll also be working on finalizing our cases that we've been working through the entire week. So the most important thing as we look at the customer experience map or the journey map, let's also remember ourselves to enjoy the journey.